Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. And this is the Networking Superstars, and we are bringing you our 5 steps to success in network marketing. We're very, very excited to be here with you tonight. My name is Laura Stephen, and on my panel with me tonight, I have Sarah Allison, I have Jack Henderson, and I have Robin Smith. We've got some of the Networking Superstars expert authors, and we are contributing to the Networking Superstars fan page every day and to the blog weekly. So if you haven't been there, go and check us out. We're going to get started tonight and share some fantastic information with you guys. Now, there is a question and answers box. So under the screen that you see, if you have opened the tab and it's live, there should be 9 little squares on the top. Click on that and you can actually open your question and answer box. So feel free to let us know that you're here with a hello, hi, how are you doing, where you're calling in from, and also be interactive, give us questions, and we will pick up as we go along. So the first thing I want to tell you about what we're going to learn tonight. Firstly, we're going to give you a quick introduction to each of us, where our journey came from and how we came about Networking Superstars and the processes that we follow on a daily basis. And basically, obviously, we're going to give you 5 steps that you can go out and you can implement them today, and you will start to see results immediately. And then stay to the end for us because we've got something really special and really exciting for you. So don't hang up too early or you'll miss out on the crucial information. So the first thing I'm going to do is introduce Sarah to you. She's going to give you a bit of background about herself and take it away, Sarah.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us on our special webinar. My name's Sarah Allison. I'm a Gold Ambassador with Networking Superstars. I previously was a social worker, a child protection social worker, so quite a big change in career. I became ill and ended up having to look for alternative options for working. I stumbled into network marketing, never heard of it, didn't have any clue what I was doing, and as is normal, I struggled for quite a long time, and then I found Networking Superstars and started a brand new and exciting journey where I've been getting some great success. I am also the founder of Sarah Allison's social media marketing strategies, and I've also recently set up my video marketing rockstars group where I teach YouTube to everyone.
Fantastic. Mute myself. Fantastic, thank you, Sarah. Okay, I'll just introduce myself a little bit. For those of you that don't know me, I've been in network marketing for approximately 7 years or so. I started with offline traditional marketing, build that list, go through your warm market, blah, 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 do parties, etc. And none of it really worked for me, and I kind of picked it up and put it down. And then last year I had a kind of moment where I realised I needed to change my approach and get a bit more serious if I wanted real success. So off I went on this journey of self-development and find Networking Superstars. So with a lack of leadership in my previous network marketing experience, it really appealed to me that I had somebody who could be coaching me and holding my hand, basically showing me a system that I could implement daily to get leads. And I have really grown as a person as well as grown in my business massively since then. So I'm the founder of Laura Stevens Networking Gems, and I came top of the board for the latest sales competition we did with No Fear Video Marketing System. So the system that I've implemented does work. So it's very simple, it's very duplicatable. So I hope you'll get value out of what we're sharing, because some of what we are sharing is to do with the system. I'm going to pass you on to Robin, who's going to tell you a little bit about her.
Hi, I was just answering everybody. Apparently there were a couple people couldn't get on, so hopefully you are on now. I put the YouTube link in as well, so if you're having trouble getting on the Hangout, you can watch it on the YouTube. So hopefully you're good to go. I am Robin Smith, and I have been in network marketing for probably almost 9 years now. I actually started out by cold calling. Everyone laughs at me. Yes, I cold called 100 people a day, so imagine doing that. Imagine telling people to do that. It's not very easy. So I knew there was a better way, and I went on to Facebook, and like so many others, I was a spammer, and years ago it actually worked at one point, but gave us a bad name. So again, knew there was a better way. And I ended up finding Networking Superstars and everything. I was actually one of the founding members. I am a founding Platinum member, ambassador of Networking Superstars. I'm one of the originals, along with Jax, actually, who's with us. I'm an MLSP Pro Leader, and I'm the founder of the 6 Steps to Instagram Success with Robin Smith. And I guess, as you could tell, my expert area is Instagram. So take it away.
Fantastic. So I'm now going to introduce you to our final, but not least, not last but not least, panelist, Jack.
Hi, thank you, Laura. Hi, everybody, and thanks for joining us this evening. My network marketing journey started, I would say, 2003, which seems eternity away now. My background is in retail management, which I'd done for my big career all my life. I changed career and went into consultancy with small business retail, and it was at that point where network marketing hit me, and I did quite well for a while. I did all the parties, did the traditional thing, and kind of picked it up, did advertising, did content marketing, so I've kind of been round the houses when it comes to the offline. Then we started our business, another business from home, and that completely absorbed me, and it meant that I never got out, so it meant that anything to do with offline was off the agenda. So I started hunting around online, and well, I don't know, in those days there wasn't that much there, so I kind of followed Facebook as it left. I followed the internet as things went, and people were starting to work online, so I researched and did as much as I could alongside our other business, and eventually hit the networking superstars scene. And suddenly everything came together because we have a system, we have a structure, we have a team, and it's something to follow, and it just made such a difference, and whew, off it went. So that was it, really. You know, we're all working together, and we've had good coaching, and I work from my Facebook group, which I'm the founder of, which is called Social Network Marketing with Jax. And so I am, like Robin, one of the founding ambassadors for Networking Superstars, and my area of expertise is Pinterest. So you will be hearing more about that in the future. And that's all from me. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. Let's get into it. Let's get into the nitty-gritty. The very first step that we're going to share with you is how to get traffic. You need traffic. If you don't have traffic, you can't build a business. So we're each going to give you some little tips and hints on exactly how to build traffic from our preferred platform. So I'm going to pass on to Sarah, who's going to give you some information on YouTube.
Hey, right, YouTube. We all know YouTube is huge. It is second only to Google, as the main search engine. So there's a lot of traffic going through that. So it's a great place to find new leads, and it's a place that you really can't ignore being. And the good thing about YouTube is it links in with all the other social media that we're going to talk about. So I've broken it down into 3 key parts for you, and this is how you're going to drive traffic. Now, you'll all have different places. We tend to focus on a Facebook group, sending our traffic to there. But whether it's a website, whatever your destination is, whatever we tell you, it will work. All the pulling of traffic will work. So, first one, and this goes for all content, is to match your video message to your market. You need to be talking to them about what they want to hear. You want to be giving them a message. People go on YouTube for 2 main reasons. They want to be educated. They want to watch cats falling off trees. They want to watch dogs going on skateboards, or they want to learn something. How many times have you wanted to know how to boil an egg and get a soft centre? You'll go on YouTube to find it. You can tap into that by becoming an educational resource, and that will drive traffic for you. And a great way with your videos, if you're just starting out, is to follow a 4-part formula. And it's really simple. It's just introduce yourself, which is common sense. It's ask a question. So are they struggling with a particular area? Then you move on to answering that question. And then the last key part, and this is what will drive that traffic for you and bring you those leads, and that is your call to action, or your CTA. The second thing is you've got to get your video out there. YouTube's great. It does create a lot of organic traffic. You will get people who will just search and your video might pop up. But that's much slower. What you need to be doing is sharing your video on all the social media. So share it on Pinterest, share it on Facebook, share it on Instagram, share it on LinkedIn, whatever platform you utilize, you can share your YouTube video on it. Third part, and again, I'm going to go back to this, I know I have just talked about it, but you do need a clear call to action. Now, whether that be click the link in my bio, whether it be in your description of your video, you need to be asking people to do what you want them to do. So if it's click the link to join my group, click the link to go to my website, you have to be very clear about what you're saying, because then people will do it. If they've got value from your video, they will do that, and then you have your leads coming in through your funnel into wherever you're directing them to. And that is pretty much YouTube for beginners on how to get traffic from YouTube. Okay.
Fantastic. Great tips there, Sarah. Thanks so much. So my expert author area is Facebook. Now, Facebook is my home. I love it. And if you're building your business through the 6 steps, most of you will be on Facebook because you'll be building your group through Facebook. But I wanted to give you some tips and just some things you can go and implement today to start connecting with others to build that network, because essentially that's what we're trying to do here, build the network and get those leads coming towards you. So as Sarah said, you need to identify your target niche and you need to be matching that message to them. But you can also take that target niche and work out where on Facebook they're hanging out. So start thinking about what they are looking to achieve, what their problems and their pains are, and where would they go to find that information there. So you can head on to other target market expert pages. So for example, if you were in health and wellness, you could potentially go to for example, Jillian Michaels' page, because she's a great Keep Fit person. So you could go there and start interacting with the people on the group, on the fan page there. There's 2 or 3 different things you can do. You can actually connect with them specifically within the comments that they're making and reply to the comments, and make it really thoughtful, make it thought-provoking, and even ask a question so that they'll start a conversation back with you. If you want to be a little bit more aggressive and a bit more forward about it, you can actually start linking through to people's profiles. Now there's a 3-2-1 approach for this. So you go through to somebody's profile if it's attractive to you and it's somebody you think you'd want to connect with. You can hit 3 likes, 2 useful comments on their page, and 1 follow if you can hit the follow button. If you can't hit the follow button, then by all means, if you want to send a friend request, you can, but just monitor how much you do that, or you could end up in Facebook jail. When you do connect with people and you start doing this 3-2-1 approach, it's basically flagging you up. You're basically standing waving at them, going, hello, look at me. And then to really, really maximize that home, always send a message. Now, the message you want to send has got to be structured right. You can't just say, hey, how you doing? Because most people would just ignore you. So the way you want to structure the message, and this is a total golden nugget from you guys, so write it down, is hello, say their name, message them why you're messaging them and where you saw them from. So I saw your post, I saw your comment on Jillian Michaels' page. Give them a compliment based on maybe something you picked up in their page themselves just by looking, and then ask a question to engage a conversation. So if you haven't friend requested them, you might say, I would love to connect, is it okay to friend request you? And they'll probably friend request you straight away themselves if they're going to engage with you. So that's my top tip. If you're wanting an extra bonus one, if somebody friend requests you first, always send a video message saying thanks for the connection back. So those are my top tips. Those will get you hot engagement and get you connecting with people fast. I hope you found value from that. I'm going to pass you on to our Insta Queen, Robin Smith herself, and she's going to tell you her top tips.
Hi, Insta Queen, right? Oh, I love it. So Instagram, the coolest thing about Instagram is it's mobile, okay? We are attached to these things. You are going to hit the people where they are, okay? I mean, I don't know about you, but don't tell your husband or your spouse. It's probably the first thing you touch in the morning and the last thing you touch before bed, right? I mean, think about it. So what I wanted to give you is just a couple little quick tips that you can use right away to get started, okay? You know, Instagram is all pictures, so it's important to get those pictures out there. But pictures are great, but not if you don't have that killer converting bio. So part 1 is you need to create that highly converting bio, okay? Tell the world who you are, what you do, and why they should follow you. and you only got 150 characters, so be very specific. Okay, so who you are, what you do, and why they should follow you. And then number part 2 is in all of your posts, you want to include a call to action. Just like Sarah said, we need to point them somewhere. Okay, a great one for Instagram, because the only clickable link is in your bio, remember that. It's great to say, click the link in my bio. And here is my little golden nugget, as they say. Tag yourself. So use the little @ button and then your own name. So for example, in my case, I say, click the link in my bio at Robin Smith 2007. And the reason for that is it makes it much easier. The person can click that and they're automatically brought up to your bio where they can click. It's saving them time, saving them steps, and it will increase your click-through rate. So that's my little tip, and quick little thing with Instagram. Let's move on.
Great. I just love that name tag thing. It's totally new to me, and I think it's amazing. It's working so well.
Yeah, I love that too.
Okay, and we're going to pass you on to the lovely Jax, who is our Pinterest. Who's going to tell you about that.
Great. Okay, so here's a few Pinterest tips. Basically, Pinterest is a place to showcase your whole brand. So I kind of look at it as like a magazine. Each of your boards is a different section, and you can showcase business stuff, personal stuff, and you can also showcase there your other social profiles, which I'll come to in a minute. So think of it as an overall brand. Everything that you do, any content that you make anywhere, you can take it onto Pinterest, and the best thing about that is you can link it back to where it came from. So you're kind of creating a bit of you're creating circles of your social content for people to kind of follow, because you can direct them from one place to the other with your content. So in order to get traffic, the first thing you've got to do, a bit like Instagram, you have a short profile at the top. You've got to make that good. You have to, very much the same as Instagram, tell people what you do, who you are, why they should follow you, and make sure that you get some keywords into that profile. There are several places where you can attract traffic from by using the keywords. One is in your profile, 2 is in the title of your boards, and 3 is in the description of your boards. And those are the keywords that people search for when they're inside Pinterest. And Pinterest is like Google search, so you can narrow it down and you can search by boards, by pinners, by subject, and you can find exactly what you want. So that also goes for when you're looking for followers. You need to use the search in order to target people. So you can target followers and they can target you when they're searching for you back. So that's really how it kind of works. My summary really of Pinterest is attract. You're using the images that you create to attract people. You're using the links to direct people back to you, your products, your brand, your group, your YouTube, your Instagram account. So all of those things you can link back to, and then you're selling with the value that you're giving them in those places that you're sending them. So you're attracting with your images, you're directing people with those links, and you're selling them with the value that you're putting behind those links. So that's the summary of Pinterest, and that's all for now, because that's enough, I think.
Well, I think that was awesome Pinterest tips, and I think everyone could go away and use that today, actually. So our step number 2, or success number 2, is, so the first one was traffic. You've forgotten that already by getting all that information. First one was traffic. Second one is relationship building. Sarah is going to dive into relationship building for you and give you a bit more information on how to really maximize that.
Right, so we've talked about how to drive traffic, so we've given everyone a map to find you. and now we're going to tell you what to do with them. Now we've got them where we want them. How are we going to build our relationships? And the first thing I want to say is that, as with anything, relationship building takes time. It takes time for people to get to know you, to like you, and to trust you. And these are all key elements when you're looking to go into business with someone, whether it be through sales or whether it be through joining you in your opportunity. But what we're going to share with you tonight are some shortcuts to make that happen that little bit faster. So the first one is be genuine. I know, and this is my hand on heart, me being honest, when I first came into network marketing and I was told I had to do X, Y, and Z to do this, I had to build my team, I had to get this many under me. Every conversation I had, I was thinking, oh, am I going to get this one? Oh, am I going to get this one? And it's desperate, and it's horrible, and it's not genuine. The second I stopped doing that, once I got taught the 6 steps and got taught about how important it is to be genuine in your desire to build friendships and to help people, all of that went. So be genuine. Genuinely want to get to know someone. And one of the key ways that you can demonstrate your genuine desire to do that is to listen. That's what these are for. We need to get to know someone, and you will learn so much from someone if you listen. If you're doing all the talking, telling them about how amazing your product is, how amazing your opportunity is, you know nothing about them. It may be that actually your opportunity is not suitable for them whatsoever, but you haven't heard that. Whereas if you're the one asking questions, not only do you keep that air of authority, you maintain the posture in the conversation, but you are getting to know so much about that person and forming a real deep connection with them, which is important for the long-term growth of the relationship and your business as a whole, really. The next thing is to be consistent. It's no good posting on Facebook madly for 3 days and then doing nothing for a week or a month. They'll forget you. They will forget you. Social media is a fickle audience. You have to be consistent. This goes for Pinterest. I'm joining the two now. I'm joining Instagram and Pinterest into one. Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. You have to be consistent. You have to, because when you start having conversations with people, then they will start looking out for you. They will start wanting to know what it is that you're saying. And so be there. Be there to provide them with a bit of inspiration, a funny video, or a question. Whatever it is you're posting, just be consistent and be there for them. And my last top tip is follow up. If you started a conversation with someone, don't just drop that conversation. It's really hard. You need a good system for this, and that's why we recommend the 6 steps, because it is fantastic. But if you don't have a system, what tends to happen is you start a conversation with someone, it goes really well, you get to know quite a bit about them, and then you move on and start talking to someone else, and you forget about that person, and so the relationship sort of disappears. And so by following up with people regularly, you will build the relationship. So when you've got something that is of interest to you, then when you move on to the next step, which Laura will talk about later, it flows much better. You've got much more of a chance of them saying yes to you if you have been consistent, if you have followed up with them, and if you have been genuine in your desire to get to know them. I hope you found all those tips useful. I think Jax is going to talk about something that will help you with that as well. I'll hand you to Laura first.
Helps if I'm unmuted. Great stuff, thank you for that. So we're going to pass on to Jax, who's going to bring up our success tip number 3, and that is the daily method of operation. So it ties in really nicely with what Sarah's just been talking about with consistency. So I'm going to pass you over.
Great, lovely. Thank you, Laura. Yes, what Sarah's talking about there is brilliant, because when you're building your business online, building those relationships is key. Without that, you get nothing. But you can find, like with social media, that you can get a bit carried away, you can get a bit lost, time can run away with you, you can get a bit distracted, and you end up maybe doing a lot of conversations and not doing something else. So the way we all work in Networking Superstars is we have a very strict daily method of operation when it comes to our groups and how we grow our business and what we do. And the whole of those steps concentrates on money-making activities. Okay. Now, in order to make money at your business, you need to go through these steps. We all know that if you spam, it doesn't work. People don't buy your products, and it's not going to help you build a team either. People want to know you. So following on your relationship building, you need to follow the 6 steps. Now, I'll run through those briefly because some of you may not know those yet. The first thing you need to do on social media is you need to build your brand, so you need to make content. And you can create the content. We've got plenty of tools and ways of helping you to get yourself sorted with that. But you create that content, and we work from a Facebook group. So we share that content, which is value content mostly, with our group. We help them with their network marketing businesses, and that draws them to us. Now, we will attract people in from other platforms as well by doing teaser posts or by them just seeing our posts and thinking, wow, that's great, where does this person come from? And we draw them back to our groups. So we capture those people, and they are a lead. Once they're in our own personal space, they're kind of one of our friends, they're one of our community. So that's when you start the engagement that Sarah was just talking about. You connect with the people. Then you start building the relationships in your group. You'll find that posts that you put out, people will start to comment. So people begin to know each other, and they begin to know you better. And at the same time, you carry on that individual communication with people. And you do this by message, obviously, because that's the best way. And we take them through a system and find out exactly what Sarah's saying. This ties in so well. You find out what they need help with and how you can help them. And that's what we do in our communities. We are there, we do coaching, and we help people with whatever they need. Now, as people come to know you, like you, trust you, that's when things crop up, and people often want to join you in your business, and there are other products we have with Networking Superstars that we can offer to people. Now, if it's the right thing for them, then they will take those opportunities, and then they're part of us, they become part of our teams. So those 6 steps need to be a part of your DMO. So you need to structure yourself, you need to do those each day. Again, we have ways of working with that, working through that with you, and that works perfectly. Now, that works for your business, but there's one other quick thing I just want to mention to you, is you also need in network marketing, you need to work on yourself, you need to think about yourself, and also you need to support yourself. It can be hard when you're building your network marketing business. Many people have other jobs, they have families, lots of things going on, and it's to support yourself, to give yourself the energy and the calm to kind of find that space for yourself. So there's a great book which we all love and we've all used, and it's called The Miracle Morning for Network Marketers. And they have a brilliant sequence in there. I'm not going to go through it in great detail now, but it gives you a morning routine that you can build it for yourself for whatever it fits for you. And they call it savers. And I'll just run through what each of those individual things means. And I would suggest that you go for the book, or talk to one of us, whoever's community you're in, and we can help you a bit more with that. If you feel like you need to get your head clear, you need a bit of space, and a bit of personal support. This is what gives you your kind of impetus, your energy. It sets your goals. you know, and it kind of directs you in the right way. So let me just run through those, what those savers, what those words mean. So number one is S. S is for silence. Okay. A is for affirmations. V is for visualization. E is for exercise. R is for reading. And S is for scribing, which is writing, basically. And each of those have a part to play in building you a kind of a personal support network for yourself. And doing these first thing in the morning sets you up for the day. So I'm not going to go into detail, or we'll be here all night, but that is information that you can access through the book or through one of us if you want to talk to us more about it. So that's your daily method of operation: support for you and support for your community. So you work through those stages and help those people with their business. And I think that's probably enough for now.
Great stuff. So as you're going to start to see that all of this is going to tie together really, really nicely, because the steps are actually all about just building that relationship up and making sure you are consistent, just what Sarah said, and the daily method of operation is to support that really, really strongly. So what I want to tell you about is the fourth step that we have, and that is closing and recruiting. And I'm sure all of you are extremely excited to know how to do this, because it seems to be the one thing that most people really, really struggle with. Now, I can't stress any more than this that communication is the key to this. If you are just throwing out your link there and you're spamming people, or you're just totally cold approaching, you can do that, but you're going to have to go through much, much more numbers to get the amount of yeses you would like. And that can be really hard work and quite demoralizing to a certain extent until you've approached that go for no approach, and you really learn that no is not personal. And it can, if you're new to network marketing, it can be quite demoralizing and quite make you almost lose focus and lose energy on it. So by communicating with people, you're actually going to be building that relationship. What Sarah said there about the know, like, and trust is so key. People will buy from their warm markets and people that they have a relationship with much faster than they will from somebody who is basically cold calling them. So some of my tips for closing and communicating well are to identify what I call somebody's heaven and somebody's hell. Now, you can use this as somebody's negative and positive, or dreams and reality, whatever you want to call it. But for me, I use heaven and hell. So in my communication, while I'm speaking to people, and I'm doing what Jack's just talked about through messaging and you know, then getting on the phone or Skype or Zoom or whatever call tool you choose to use, I start to ask questions. I lead with questions all the way, and try to find out what is the biggest problem for that person. Where are their pains? What are their issues? Do they work too many hours? Are they financially challenged? Do they want to send their kids to university and it's going to cost them an arm and a leg? Are they coming up to retirement age? They don't have a pension secured. There's hundreds of different things that go on in people's lives individually. You can't assume to know what's going on in somebody's life, so it's your job to find that out. And that is the main point of network marketing, is to communicate with people and find this information out. You're then going to be in a position to really discover whether that person is in a position to be offered an opportunity. So you've identified their health. You've probably made them feel quite emotional about that and connected with it emotionally. And the more emotional you can make them, the better, actually. I'm not saying you end up with people in floods of tears, but you know, if you can make them really dig deep into that, then you're going to be more likely to get them open at looking at something that might solve that problem. Then what you need to do is talk to them about what they'd like to achieve, which is their heaven. So what are their dreams? What are their goals? Where would they like to be if they could not work 70 hours a week? Where would they like to be if they had more than the minimum wage? Where would they like to be if they didn't have to put their kids into childcare? These kinds of things. All the things I've just told you about, get them to flip it and get them to tell the positives of it. So you've got the heaven and the hell. And then you are then in a very strong position to decide what route to take them down. And if that is, you think they're a fit for your business and you think that they may need your opportunity, you're then in a position to offer that to them through saying something along the lines of, I have something that may help you with the problem you just talked about, and refer back to it. Are you open to taking a look? It's so simple. you basically need to become an expert at different steps. And the 3 steps are getting an invitation out to that person. So you've just communicated with that person to find out that, to get that invite, to find out if they're in a position to invite. You then need to present that presentation now, and then you need to collect the decision. That's 3 steps. That's all it is. So there's a couple of different tips here I'm going to give you. So for everything that you're doing, use the KISS method. Keep it short and simple. Don't overtalk. When you are starting to do something, because the first thing somebody's going to say is, are you open to an opportunity? They're going to say, well, what is it? So you would then go, well, it's this amazing company, and blah, 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 blah. They've been open for 20 years, and they've got this, and they've made this amount of money, and da, 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 and you just verbally vomit on the person, and it puts them right off. So keep it short and simple, and actually the answer to that is, I can't do it justice over the phone. Let me send you a presentation. You send that presentation, and you use the company's tools. So there's hundreds of ways to present. It can be a presentation. It could be an invite to a party, it could be a hotel meeting, it could be a group call where your upline is doing the group call, or one of the leaders in the company is doing the call. It could be many, many things. Use the tools that the company provide for you. They're copyrighted, and they are written by people who are experts at this, and really know how to put together a good presentation. So don't necessarily try and present it yourself, because you probably won't do a good job as well as the presentation would be. And then when you come to collect that decision, when you give them the presentation, always ask for the follow-up call. And when you come to collect a decision, if you think somebody's interested and they're serious, use the power of a 3-way call. Because the person knows you and likes you, but you may be quite new. You may not have had the success that maybe you're looking to have yet, but somebody else in the business does. So it might be your upline, it might be a sideline, it might be somebody in a wider team. And, you know, these people are here to support you, so ask them, reach out to them and ask them to do a 3-way call. And that edification of somebody who's an expert in that particular company is going to really actually drive home a real power. My final point on closing, and I said it earlier, is it is a numbers game, guys. 1 in 10 will be a yes. So that means 90% of the people you speak to are probably going to be a no. It should be higher with your warm market, but if you get those no's, please don't be emotionally connected to that. At the end of the day, the sooner you can lose the emotion out of it and just think, that's okay, let's go for no and move on, you actually come across as non-needy. If you feel like, oh yeah, but why, and you become a bit needy with it, then actually it puts people off because you're coming across desperate. So those are my tips for recruiting. You know, it's very simple. People just make it a lot more complicated, and it's usually through fear of rejection. So if you can remove the emotion, you're going to actually get through a lot more numbers, and you're going to be able to do this a lot more professionally. So I'm going to pass on to our 5th step, and we are whizzing through these tonight, guys. Our 5th step is going to be all about coaching, and we're going to pass on to the lovely Robin.
Hi. Okay, I was going to ask everybody what it was, and you revealed it ahead of time. That's okay. Coaching is the missing link, okay? And I kind of want to tell you a little story, and this is something that's kind of secret, and you may not know this about me. I am very competitive, okay? Very competitive. I don't like to lose, okay? So anyway, when I was in college, I was working in a research lab. Many of you know I studied breast cancer. And, you know, working in college, you kind of relax a little and everything like that. So in the middle of the day, my boss would like to go out golfing. So he used to take me golfing and everything because, you know, why do you want to sit in a lab when you could be out chilling in the sun playing golf, you know? I mean, think about it. So anyway, I was very bad at it. Horrible. I mean, absolutely horrible at it. So what did I do? I went and I got a video. And remind you, this was, you know, 15 years ago, so video, you know, actually you had to go get it. I Google, you know, and everything. They were there, but they weren't as helpful, and YouTube wasn't as helpful at that time as it is now. So I go and I get a video, and the person shows you, you know, follow through, look at the ball, this, that, you know. So I try it, and I got a little better, but nowhere where I wanted to be. Okay, so the course didn't work real well. It was helped, but it wasn't, you know, what I wanted. So what did I do? I actually went and I found a woman instructor, and I paid her for 4 lessons. And during that time, she actually showed me how to hold it, how to shift my hips, how to hold my head, you know. Did you notice what I'm saying? She showed me how. She showed me how. And that's really what a coach does, okay? The moral of the story is, you know, courses are great, love them, take them all the time. I'm doing a wonderful course right now from Jessica Higdon, but they only take you so far, and they're not specific to you. And that's where a coach comes in, okay? A coach gets to know you, and they're going to help you out. So they're going to go in and they're going to tell you what works for you. So I want you to take the four of us for an example. We actually all had the same coach, Gavin Mountford, but yet we all follow the same 6 steps. We've all had successes, but we all come at it in a different way. And I'm sure these ladies can agree, you know, he never once told me not to do Instagram. I'm sure he never told you, Jax, not to do Pinterest or YouTube, you know, with Sarah, or definitely didn't say Facebook with Laura, you know, because that's his thing. He showed us how it will work for each one of us, okay? And that's what a mentor does. They are there for guidance. They will work with you. And what I suggest is finding someone who's at a success level where you kind of want to be. Okay, I'm not saying you want to be making $100,000 a month, you know, go find that coach. I'm saying, you know, you're starting to see their successes, their follows, they're motivated, they're moving in their own business. They're going to help you move in yours, okay? They shorten the learning curve, okay? I know, you know, from us, we've all been in this business for quite a while. We took stumbles, we took falls, you know, and I know in the last 2 years of working with Gavin, at least as far as myself, my business has completely taken, you know, a rocket leap up, you know, because of just working with him, because I've been able to take his mistakes and not make them. He's eliminated a lot of those dumb, you know. So what it'll take you, you know, maybe a year on your own, or 5 years or 10 years even, you know, you might even be able to shorten that down to more like 6 months or 3 months, you know. Because a coach kind of helps you see your blind spots, okay? There's always parts of your business that you can't see through, okay? You're struggling, you're doing everything like that. And in your case, you can actually go and you can waste a lot of time on something that's not going to work. We were actually just talking today about, you know, in a joke of not closing, not asking for the sale, okay? It was kind of, you know, a joke we were talking between us, but it's one of those things. A coach, and in our case, you know, we were just joking between the 4 of us about this, you might never ask for the sale. Well, if you're never asking for the sale, you never get the money. A coach will remind you to do that, because sometimes we forget a step when we're doing things. And when you start saying, you know, hey, I'm talking to 10 people and nobody's, you know, oh man, I talked to 10 people yesterday and 10 people the day before, but nobody's buying. Did you ask for the sale? You kind of sometimes need that other person to remind you of that. And then finally, a coach is there for support, okay? As an entrepreneur, it's a bumpy road, okay? It really is, okay? We all have those ups and highs where we are ready to go and we are motivated, and we have those low lows. And I know personally I hit a low on Tuesday, and I kind of shut the computer down and got away from it. But you know, working with coaches and working with friends and everything as I have now, and I have a nice community, they were able to get me through that little low that I had on Tuesday. And look at me now, Thursday, I got a big smile on my face and I'm ready to go again, you know? Your friends, your family, your spouses, they want to support, they want to understand, but honestly, they're not on the same mission as you, okay? Even if they have their own entrepreneurial aspect, I think us as entrepreneurs, I think we think a little differently than most of the population, you know? Like we always joke, you know, you're willing to work 80 hours so you don't have to work 40 hours for someone else, you know? You're willing to do that. And a coach understands that. So it's not, you know, they're on the journey with you. So that's really, you know, they'll lessen it down. They truly are the missing link in success, okay? So yes, the other 4 points are very important. They will only get you so far. If you want the actual true success that you were looking for, number 5, the coach or mentor will get you there. There you go.
Perfect. So I hope you've all managed to stay till the end, because we've got an awesome thing for you. And this is our big surprise, our golden nugget. And this is an awesome opportunity. Every single one of you want to jump on immediately, because it is so valuable. It's going to help you really propel forward with your business, and Sarah is going to tell you all about it.
Hello, am I here? I can't hear you. Hey.
We can see your photo, Sarah.
Yeah, we can't see your face, but we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
That's the main thing, if you can hear me. Okay, well, what we're offering is something really special, and we want to help you ultimately. That's the whole point of doing this webinar. We want to help you. We've been there, we've been through the struggles, we've learnt, and we want to help you go through that. So, who is interested in getting a clearer vision of what their goals are? Who wants to work out exactly where they're hoping to be? Who would like to create a 3-step plan to get them exactly to where they want to be? We can also work with you to uncover any challenges that might be stopping you from getting there or sabotaging all the efforts that you're doing. And we want to help you be energized and motivated. Everything that Jax was saying, we want to support you with the mental side of it as well. So what we're offering you, wait for it, drum roll, is a free 20-minute strategy call with whoever referred you to this webinar. It will be a chance for you to go through all those points that I've just raised with you. We will look at your goals. We will talk to you about how to get there. We will talk to you about how anything that is stopping you from getting there right now, we will uncover them and get you through them, and we will work on getting you motivated to achieve your goals. So we're going to be sharing the link for you in the event page. Do take advantage of this. It will change your business. Having a conversation with an impartial person who isn't in your current company will be able to shed so much light on where you're at the moment. We truly do want to help you, so I strongly recommend that you take advantage of this offer. And like I said, the link will be popped in the event page, for you. So, but don't forget to put whoever referred you to the webinar. Okay? Thank you all for coming along.
Yes, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. We really appreciate that you have taken time out of your night to listen to us. We hope you have found some fantastic information with us. And as Sarah said, please do jump on this. If you've got any questions that you haven't written in the question box, we're always open to taking questions, so feel free to pop them into the event, and we will make sure that one of us answers it, or go back to the person who referred you here, because they're also absolutely full of knowledge, if it's not one of us 4. I know there are a few other people who are working with us and are referred people to this webinar, so you can always refer back to that person because they are absolute fountain of knowledge as well. So thanks very much for taking the time to watch us. Hope you've enjoyed it. We'd love to hear your feedback. Speak to you very soon.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.